Start Monday Knits. I am here live every Monday night showing you the yarn that you guys all voted for this week's new start. Since it's Valentine's Day, I had to take a deep look in my stash to find some pink. I don't have a lot of pink and red yarn, and this actually was a recent order from Knit Picks. This here was some yarn, of course, that came from my local Michaels. Daisy's coming in to say hello. So you guys, this was the yarn to choose from. I have coordinating white skeins to go with this. So let's start with this one here. So Wool Ease, Lion Brand Wool Ease. This is one of my favorites. This is quickly becoming one of my favorites. That's what I should say. And mostly because this is yarn that my family will wear. I have finally, I think I can say finally, I have given up insisting that they need to learn to wear wool. I kind of, at Christmas time this year, I finally got over that and thought, okay, I am fighting a losing battle here. And I had a few family members text me over the Christmas holidays and say that they loved the hats that I had knit out of the Woolies Thick and Quick for them a few years ago. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna stock up on some of the colors and just make new hats for them all next year, and something that I know that they will wear. So Wool Ease is, I think it's an 80-20, 80% acrylic, 20% wool. So I am sneaking in a little bit of wool. I just won't let them know that. Hi everybody who's coming in here. I'm so glad that you're joining me live. So these are the two colors that I grabbed thinking that I would make a hat. If this was the winning yarn, I would do these two colors together. This is Blossom, and this is, oh, Fisherman. It's not a true white, it's more of a cream, but I thought those two would look nice together. And I have somewhere here, this one. This is a total extra here. This wasn't counted in the vote, but I got looking at these three colors together and I thought, maybe these would make a nice hat. Again, Wool Ease, and just so you know, this color is raspberry. So it's a pretty one too. But that was not one you guys were voting for. These were the two. Natalie, you vote Wonder Fluff. I know. I was thinking I was going to have the Wonder Fluff in today's vote until I realized it was Valentine's Day. And I thought, 2 shades of brown on Valentine's Day, that just didn't, it just didn't make any sense. So I went with these two, Wool Ease, Blossom, and Fisherman. That was option number 1. I feel like saying door number 1, door number 2. What game show is that where you pick the doors? What's behind door number 1? Okay, Chroma Twist. This is some Knit Picks yarn. This is this red velvet. And you guys all know red is not my favorite color. Neither is pink, actually. But I, oh, hi guys. Oh, Nikki's here, Susanna, Amber. Look at this. This is a really pretty yarn. So this is the Chroma Twist. Now I'm really interested to see how I like this because I've had a few people say that it wasn't their favorite yarn. So when I get to casting this on, I'll be interested just to see how I like it. So Natalie said, I saw her comment scroll by, think of the brown, the Wonder Fluff brown as chocolate for Valentine's Day. You're right. I could have totally have done that, couldn't I? Anyways, here is the white to go with it. And it is a true white. So this here, I didn't give you any of the details. Let's backtrack here. We'll just quickly go back. So this stuff here, if you guys have used this before, you will know that it's a number 6 super bulky. So it is heavier weight than this stuff is, the Chroma. So it's a number 6 super bulky. And the yardage on it is 97 meters or 106 yards, if you're interested. So one of these balls will make a hat with a little bit left over. I know that from past experience. On about, I think I used a 7mm needle, a 6 for the first little bit, and then went up to a 7. This is a number 5. It's a 70% superwash wool and 30%, And what size? What does it tell us? Oh my gosh, I can't convert this. I need a sign. I need a sign here. The US to metric. So it's saying a number 10 to an 11 needle. Ooh, I'm guessing, is that like a 6 millimeter? I don't even have a thingy with me, a needle sizer. Anyways, I don't know. I'll figure that out. I was kind of thinking a 5 for the brim and a 6 for the body of the hat when I cast on. So the voting. The voting takes place on Instagram stories. There's a poll there in Instagram stories. You can just quickly click one or the other. You can go down into the feed post and you can type out your comment. You can also vote over in Facebook, Wildflower Will's Facebook page, and you can just type out what you wanted. This vote wasn't even close, you guys. Wasn't even close. I was starting to feel bad for the losing yarn. I thought I was going to have to cast on the losing yarn just because I was feeling sorry that it was getting almost no votes. So most of you guys will know then. Oh, Natalie's saying yes. So a 10 is a 6 millimeter. Thank you. That the winning yarn tonight by a landslide is the chroma. So this is it. This is going to be this week's cast on in amongst all my sweater knitting. So I'm just going to pop this stuff back up here. And it will sit there until it gets pulled out another day for another New Start Monday project. So this is it, you guys. Thank you so much to everybody who voted for this. I think in my heart, this is what I really wanted to cast on because this stuff is so pretty. I have just a little bit of suck yarn. I did my Color Affection shawl many years ago. And I have a friend who gifted me some sock yarn, some self-striping sock yarn, which is gorgeous. And I have one sock knit, not even a pair. I have one sock done and it was really nice. So I'm hoping that I will like this. I did have somebody leave me a comment on the Fiber Friends podcast saying she did not like Chroma Twist. And when I asked her what it was about it, and she said the fingering, what was it? She had fingering and worsted, I think. And one she said felt very much squeaky. I think she said it was squeaky. And the other one, was it the ply or something? Now I can't remember. But anyways, I thought, okay, I have bulky. Maybe I will avoid all of her problems with the bulky yarn. Maybe the bulky yarn is magically different. It feels really nice in the skein. Oh, Nikki says, oh, this is what you would have voted for, but you didn't have a chance. Well, you know what? You were in good company because I think there was only about a handful, like maybe 20 people that voted for the pink yarn. Everybody else was for this. And you know, really, it is kind of nice. Like all this really nice variegation, like all of these. There's just so much depth of color here, which is really nice. So I can't wait to cast this on and just see how it's going to knit up. So I am going to work the white with it. And I have absolutely no idea what the pattern is going to be. I was thinking hearts, and somebody did leave me a comment and saying, use this to make hearts around the hat. So I really don't know. I'm going to have to think on this tonight, but I am going to, okay guys, you guys want to type quick for me? What color should I cast on? Okay, I think I know. I should cast on with the red, right? I don't think I want a white brim. What do you guys think? Confirm that? Yes, no? What should I cast on with? Should I cast on with the red or cast on with the white? I'm thinking cast on with this. So, okay, so it was a 6 millimeter. So I think I will find a 5 millimeter and cast on. I think I'm going to do the alternating cable cast on for fun. Yeah, Donna saying red, Sally saying red. Hi, ladies. 7 is a 4.5. You know, that's the one I can remember. A 7 is a 4.5, but then I get confused about which way it goes, Susanna. A 7 is a 4.5, and then I'm always like a 6 is a 6 and 8, or is the 6 a 4? I mean, a 6 a 5 millimeter? Then the 6 and the 8, right? 7's in the middle and 6 and 8, and I don't know which way they go. You know, this way or this way. I don't know. I have a really hard time with that. I do need to type something up and like put it on my wall so I could just do a quick glance and know which one. I think a 6 is a 5 millimeter. No, it has to be an 8. If a 10 is, if 10, okay. Anyways, I will not bore you with, well, I tried to figure that out. Anyways, yeah, it has to be an 8, has to be a 5 millimeter because it's going up, right? I think. Anyways, I saw a couple comments for red. So, oh, pop. Okay, an 8. Oh, a 6 is a 4 millimeter. Yes. 6 is a 4. 6, 7, 8. Okay, so your numbers go same way as higher. Okay. Stick that in my brain. Okay, so anyways, guys, thanks for voting. This is the winning yarn. Very pretty for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to wind this up after we're finished chatting and do the alternating cable cast on, because I did do that for another project, I think just like at the beginning of the year, maybe the end of December, and it was a really fun cast on and I like the look of it. So I think I will do that one, and I will report back next week with this. I am not going to say anything about getting it done or finished, or how far I will get. It will be cast on and there'll be some ribbing done. That's what I'm going to say, because it is sweater month. So before I get into sweaters, I might as well just show you last week's cast on, because it was, oh, Sherry said, yes, you like the cable cast on. Yes, I think I remember you saying, did you just post something in the Fiber Friends group saying you had used that on a project recently? And I thought, yeah, because I really liked it too. Fun to switch it up. I mean, 98% of the time, maybe 99% of the time, I just use my long tail cast on. But I'm going to try to switch it up. I mean, I tried a little bit last year, trying some new cast ons, and I'm going to keep doing that this year. So this, you guys, is my start of my Turkish bed socks. I think I saw Jocelyn's name scroll by here, or somebody said hello to her. So hi, Jocelyn, if you're here. Have you cast on your Turkish bed socks yet? I have a nice little start, and that is it. This is the yarn you guys voted for last week, Patton's Croy, Deep End. Deep End. So I'm thinking this looks like frozen waves right now. Anyways, the pattern is interesting. Remember last week I said I hadn't looked at the pattern any farther than to decide what needles I was going to use. And someone again had left me a comment saying that they had made a bunch of pairs of them, really liked it, but the pattern was weird, I think is what they said. So it is written a little different. So what I'm working on now is for the heel. You do the heel, and then there's, I think it's called, they call it a heel wrap, and then you do the foot. So this is what I have gotten. Oh, Jocelyn's saying it's secret. I know, because this is supposed to be our cast on. We're checking it. This project has to be done for the first Thursday in March. So there's not a big push to get this on, and it should be a really quick knit. But it was last week's cast on, so I have to show that, yes, it is cast on. And I just did a regular long tail because it's quick, it's easy, and I don't have to think. And it worked out all right. It has a little rolled edge on it. So I don't want to give too much away because this is a paid pattern. But so far the pattern has been really well. It's easy to understand, written out really clearly, and it has this little rolled edge on it, which is cute. So last week's project, no problems. Oh, I was going to say, I didn't even think I had to pull it out because I have been having a heck of a time with my projects lately, you guys, and we'll get to that in a minute. I've been starting and pulling out, starting and pulling out, but this one, I think I did pull it out once. Last week, I think I Yeah, yes, I should say, yes, that it is a paid for pattern, but Susanna did gift it to me, which was really, really lovely. I do appreciate that. So I cast on, because remember last week, I remember saying the pattern called for a 3.25 millimeter needle, and in my wisdom, or lack of at the moment, I was thinking, well, why would I want to do it on 3.25? That's way too big. I'm just going to do it as, what I knit my socks in, because it's socks, it's slippers. I want it to be wear well. Well, and I had I found a 2.5 millimeter while we were chatting. I pulled out a needle and I cast it on. So I was like, there, it's officially cast on, right? Well, then I got thinking after, I thought, okay, well, this is going to totally throw out the pattern, right? I mean, my stitch count, because my stitches are going to be a lot smaller, so if I cast on the same number, blah, 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 right? At 2.25 or 2.5 millimeter versus a 3.25, my finished size might end up too small. So I rethought that, and I went back and I looked, and I found in those DPN sets that I had, I was able to mix and match and between the two sets that I had, and I found 4 DPNs that were a 3.0 millimeter. So a 3 millimeter, and I was able to scrounge up 4 of them. So that's what I've got. I have most of them, they're knit picks, they're the double or the nickel plated, but I did have to grab 1 bamboo to make up 4. But that's okay. They're working out great. I'm cast on, and I'm just going to work on it when my sweaters get too big. Not, it's kind of funny because, I mean, we're still not just running out here, there, and everywhere and socializing, we're still, it's kind of low-keyed still. So it's not like I'm taking my sweater out to friends visiting or anything. So, because I was going to say, this is going to be my project for when my sweater gets too big to carry around, and I want something more portable. This would be my project. So maybe if I end up having a doctor's appointment, I shouldn't even say that. I don't want to jinx myself. But if I have to be in a waiting room somewhere, this is what I will take with me as opposed to carrying my sweater around, right? So this will just sit until I need, I don't know, a break from the sweater. Suzanne, I know. Christmas gift of DPNs for Louise. I know. You would think with all the needles that I have around here. Oh, you guys. I just pulled off a bunch of stitches here. Yikes. Hold on. I'm going to pick these up right now. Anyways, this is off to a good start. I'm liking it. It's all good. All good. So this is just going to get set aside. I'll pick it up randomly, do a few rows on it here and there. So that is that. I have a few other projects on the go here. Before I get to sweater knitting, let me show you. I will show you my shrug. I'll give you a quick look at that. I am almost finished ball number 2. And so my shrug is growing. I talked about this Friday with Cheryl on the Fiber Friends podcast. I think I'm going to have yarn left over. I was so worried about running out of yarn, and I thought I am going to, use all of this yarn up on this project, and now I think I'm going to have yarn left over. Anyways, but I guess that's better, right? Better than playing yarn chicken. So let me show you the front side. So stockinette side, this is where I am, and this is down. This is where I cast on, and this is the cuff. So I've got a sleeve, and I think I have about half my body done, maybe a little bit more. So it's coming along. It's coming along really, really quick. And I did do some shaping down here. This is really kind of hard to see. There. So you can see where I did some shaping here. So my arm is not going to be as wide as the back because I want it to be like a little more fitted. So we'll see. When I get it done and I actually can really, truly try it on, we will see if that was a good option or not. Maybe one of those things that sounded good in my head and we'll see how it translates into actual knitting. But so far, I think I'm liking it. I think it's going to be all right. Loving the color. It is knitting up so quick. 7mm needles. Yeah, easy peasy. I've been having to stop myself from knitting on this because I'm just really enjoying the back and forth. The only thing I have to stop and think about is I'm just putting a slip stitch on the edge. So I just have to, there. So I'm getting a nice chained stitch on the edge. So I'm slipping the beginning of the row, I'm slipping it purlwise with the yarn in front, and then I pull it around to the back, work my way across the row, and the last stitch of the row is always a knit. So if I'm on a purl side, I do the same thing. I slip the stitch purlwise with the yarn in front, then just carry on purling across the row, get to the last stitch, I put the yarn to the back and knit that last stitch. So it's just giving it a really nice finished edge. So that is that. Other than that, just stockinette back and forth, just having to do a little bit of measurements because I am going to have to start doing some decreases again to mirror the increases I did on this side. I'm going to decrease down and then finish off with my arm, and then I'll be able to sew it up and try it on. So this is supposed to be my month-long project, and definitely would be done way sooner than a month if I just kept going on it. But now that my 2-week sweater is cast on, that is getting most of my knitting time. So what I did though, before I cast on the 2-week sweater on Thursday, I will show you this really quick. This is my guild project, and it is a brioche. So Natalie, I'm just seeing here. Natalie, I've only been seeing a few comments scroll by here, but I'm taking it you are not feeling well, or you've done something, you've injured yourself. So I don't know. I hope you're feeling all right, whatever it is that's going on with you. So here we are. So one color brioche. This is one of those. I don't think it's a Karen cake. It might be a Karen cake, or it might be a Bernat pop. This is a ball that came from Listowel. It didn't even come from Michael's. It came from Listowel, probably from the tent sale out of their seconds bin, which is a fantastic place. Super cheap yarn, and you would never know it was seconds. Sometimes the balls of yarn are odd weights. If it's, I guess, like at the end of their run, it may be a little bigger, maybe a little smaller. There's no ball bands on them. I've never had any problem buying seconds up there. There's no more knots in them than there is a brand new ball right off the main shelf with the ball band on there. So it is just a great way to find some yarn up there. It's just kind of hit and miss though. You just never know what's coming in off the truck is what they throw in the bins. Anyway, so I'm just doing one color brioche. Our guild month this month is brioche. I knew I was going to need something simple with all the sweater knitting going on. So this is just one color brioche. Knit flat. I think I have a 4mm needle because I always like to go down a needle size with brioche, because brioche stitches are always so nice, you know, big and squishy stitches. So I always like to go down a needle size or two to make it somewhat snug. I am just doing sections of brioche knit, then I switch to brioche purl, brioche knit, and purl, and it looks like I have just switched back to a knit. One edge stitch on either side, and I'm going to make a note to myself next time I do a scarf like this, I'm going to put 2 edge stitches on, because if you take a peek, you can see every time I switch from knits to purls, there's just a little bit of a blip. The knits, the purls, knits, purls, which way? One is pulling in just a smidge and one's a little bit wider, so my edge, even though there's that knit stitch, it doesn't keep it quite even. It just kind of pulls in a little bit. So there's a little bit of a weave to it, but you know, like right there, right there, right there. Every transition row, there's just a little bit of a bump. And bothers me, but not enough to pull it out and fix it. I'm just going to keep going because I'm thinking, really, once this is on and you're wearing it, you're not really going to notice it. I think I would, if I keep it for myself, I think I'd be fine wearing it. I don't think it would bother me too much. Chances are this may go in the donation bin, so I'm just going to keep going because I really would like to get this knit up. I don't know if it's going to happen before the end of the month. I'm thinking great thoughts for this month. That is quickly slipping by since we're already at the 14th. So we'll see. If I don't get it done, it's not the end of the world. It is, it's just fun on our Zoom calls with Guild. So this project, this hat, this was my project from how many, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? Not entirely sure how long ago it was, but it was one of the new starts in the last few weeks. I had this gorgeous ball. This is Cascade Magnum. Oh, this is a ball that has been in my stash 4 years maybe. Came from our wonderful friend Suzanne from Knit Stitch when she, before her shop did a little bit of moving around from London to Stratford and back into London. And this, so I've had this for a little bit. And this is again one of these balls that I wish I had knit up sooner. I saw somebody had left a comment in the Fiber Friends Facebook group saying the exact same thing. She is working on her sweater for the month of February, and same thing, she was using some stashed yarn and she was like, oh my gosh, why did I not use this sooner? This is one of my favorite yarns now. And as soon as I read that, I thought, oh my gosh, I can relate. How many times have I said, you know, if only I knew I was going to like this so much, I would have used this yarn like 10 years ago. And this is the same thing. This is nice. It's 100% Peruvian wool. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So it is just a single strand of roving, pretty much. But it is soft. I don't find it itchy. I know I have a little bit more higher tolerance than some people do for rustic wool, but I'm not finding it itchy at all. I'm finding it really nice. It's really nice to knit with. I mean, because it's not a high twist, it can split a little bit, but not enough that I would, you know, I'm pulling my hair out and saying I'm never going to use this again. I actually took a look on Knit Stitch's website to see if she still carries it, and I don't think she does, but I found it. Yarn Canada maybe has it. Someplace still, it is still around. It is still for sale, so it's not anything that's discontinued, which made me super happy. And this color was wheat heather, I think, which is kind of a little bit odd. I mean, it doesn't, well, I suppose it can look like wheat. I mean, yellow is, or wheat is yellow, I guess. I just don't ever really think about wheat as being yellow. But anyways, it is still available, and I am knitting it on, oh, what size needle did I end up going with? 10 millimeter. This is a 10 millimeter. Yes. Aha, look at this. A US 15 or a 10 millimeter. This one saved me. I didn't have to guess. A US 15 10 millimeter. I am loving this. So this story has a little, this hat has a little bit of a story. This is the original version. I found this cable pattern and I fell in love with it. And I thought I would play around with it for this hat. So this was this turned out to be my gauge swatch. I didn't have the right, I was short a few stitches and my needle size was a little too small. So this was ended up being my gauge. But see this really pretty cable here? And that's what I wanted it to be, was just kind of like these round links to go up. I had to scrap that plan because it is such a wide cable. I could not fiddle around with the ribbing to get it so it would look nice on either side. I tried on take number 2 here, I tried playing around with a 3x2 ribbing, a 3x1, a 4x, I don't know. However I did it, it's still, I just couldn't get it to drive. And I thought, okay, I don't have time to play with this anymore. So this stitch pattern I have in my notes to pull it out for a different project and try it again somewhere else, because I do like the cable, but it just wasn't working on this hat. So I just scrapped that plan and went back to the drawing board. So one more peek, because I haven't been able to quite pull it out yet. I mean, there's just something about that. I don't know. There's just something about it I love. So it will come back again in another reincarnation of something. On a scarf, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I have to just put a little thought into seeing how I want that stitch pattern to transition, and we will see. So I went back to the drawing board because I was loving doing cables with this yarn. And this, I'm using this as my cable needle. This is the 9mm needle that I used to do the ribbing on. And then I've just been using it as my cable needle because the thickness of the needle works perfect for the cable. So I've just had that in my knitting project bag with me. I decided to make this hat into a project that I'm going to use for classes when I teach beginner cables. I really wanted this project to be simple and quick. I mean, the yarn is so thick and big needles that it's going to be a really quick knit, and I didn't want to slow down the fastness of the knitting by having something really super complicated. So I wanted the stitch pattern to be simple and easy and quick, so this would be a quick knit if you didn't have to keep pulling it out about 3 or 4 times and starting it. So this is what I have come up with. Just a really simple pattern, thinking that this will be great. You know, for experienced cable knitters, it will be something very easy, quick, intuitive. You don't even need the pattern. You know, once you see what the cables are, you can just do it. For a beginner, what this does is this. Okay, I can't tell which way I'm going. This is a right leaning cable. So the four stitch wide cable is right leaning. The little twists here in the center are only 2 stitches, and this is a left leaning. So it's just great practice being able to read your stitches, seeing which way the twists are going, and a 4-row repeat for a chart. Great for learning how to read a chart. 2 rows are just plain knitting. You know, your columns of knits and purls. 1 row, you're doing both cables. The other row, you're just doing the left. So just really to practice getting down in your head, you know, when you do a left leaning cable, you have your cable needle to the front, and the right is always held at the back. Just trying to see how that process works and how those stitches twist to get your leans is what I want this hat to teach people. So I'm really liking it. I'm liking knitting it, and it is going really, really quick. I'm liking the size. I'm liking the needles, everything about it. I'm liking. So let's see, cable without the cable needle. Yes, exactly, Melanie. Yes, definitely faster, and you could definitely do that with this project too. So this hopefully maybe will be finished, because I'm just about ready to start working the decreases. This is one though that I don't want to be done because I'm really liking it, but I'm also going to want to wear it. So that is that. I think those are all my projects except my 2-week sweater. So I will show you that. Well, I'm not really going to show you this because this is top secret knitting, but I will show you the colors that I am using. And I got this in my this super huge Roots bag is my sweater project bag. So I thought this would be perfect for February. Love each other. I like this. I thought perfect February, you know, Valentine's Day bag. And this is the back side. Got the hearts on it. So anyways, it is way bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's like, I could put 2 sweaters in here, you guys. I have wound up a lot of that yarn that I had for this project. All of those balls. Let's see here. What can I show you? I have got this apple green. It's been worked in. Okay, here we go. There's this really nice dark green. I've used some of that. I have got this kind of chestnut brown color. I think it's actually still attached to the needle. This one here is going to start, I think this is my next color. It's kind of a sagey green. I did wind up this yellow, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. I may not use that in this project. Haven't decided yet. What else do I have? Oh, I've got a chocolate brown. So I've got, whoop, I can't. I don't think I have enough hands to hold all of this. And I think there's a black. Yes. Okay, and then the black. Natalie, I was just trying to read your comment. I'm gonna go back here. Okay, so Nikki says, oh, okay, Nikki, even recorded. Oh my goodness, Nikki, are you under the weather too? Anyways, okay, so those are the colors. So I am just I'm holding 2 strands together. I did go up a needle size. I was working with a 7mm needle, and once I started the sweater, it was too tight. It was too tight. I wasn't, yeah, it didn't have the feel that I wanted for the sweater. So I pulled it out and I went up to an 8mm. Oh my gosh. Oh, so you fell and Nikki fell? I was so careful coming home tonight. It is the sidewalks around my house and parking lot are just a sheet of ice. I know. I was having flashbacks to when I fell. Okay, well, I'm glad you guys are both here. That's a good sign that hopefully you didn't break anything. Anyways, okay, so I'm just going to show you part of my sweater here. So it is coming along. It's finally on track. I started this multiple times, 3 times at least, and it is now on track. So now I just need to sit and knit like crazy before Jocelyn and I check in on Thursday. But it is knitting up really, really quick, so I have no worries. I'm not even worried, like not at all, which is now maybe concerning me. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. I'm not even worried at all that I won't make the deadline. So we'll see. I still have a few nights to knit before Jocelyn and I check in and actually show where we are. So I'm gonna be knitting on this tonight. Put the Olympics on, whatever's on. I'll put that on in the background, and I'm just gonna sit and knit. That has been what I've been working on. So yeah, tonight's project is winding up that red velvet and getting it cast on, and then it'll sit until after Thursday night, because I'm going to work on the 2-week sweater. So how have you guys been doing with your knitting? What have you guys been knitting? Have you guys been chatting? I know everybody's been chatting here in the comments, but I'm not sure if it's been about how everybody is feeling, or if it was actually about knitting. So what is everybody knitting? Nikki, I did not know that you had a podcast. What is it called? I see somebody's asked you what it's called. What is it called? Oh, Amber, you went to Little Red Mitten? Oh, so you took your time shopping, did you? That's good. No, I did not go because I was staying home. I was working on my sweater. I really thought about going, but I thought, no, I can't. I needed to stay home and knit. So I did. But come March, after the sweater challenge is done, then I will probably go down because I actually do want some yarn. Okay, so, oh, Melanie. Okay, oh yeah, so Melanie's saying at least Natalie can still, or Nikki can still knit. Yikes. Okay, so I'm gonna come back down here. I just kind of scrolled back to see some comments here. Okay. Okay, so Nikki's saying, oh, you fell down, oh, concrete steps, and now I'm black and blue and might have a broken, oh my gosh. No, Nikki, sorry. Okay, that was Nikki, right? You might have a broken knee. No, 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 no. Oh no. Okay, you guys, most of you guys all know that I did that like 3 and 4 winters ago. I did it 2 winters in a row. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, I'm really hoping not, Nikki. Okay. Because I can feel your pain. I know exactly what you're going through. Oh my gosh. Oh, Amber, you did physiotherapy today? Okay, glad. Yes, because you fell back a while ago, like a month or so ago. It was after Christmas, wasn't it? So was it in like the last month? I know, dang winters, you guys. Ice? Oh, crazy. Yikesies. So, Natalie, yes, you're almost done with both front ball. Okay. Oh, both front. Okay, yes, because I saw you posted a picture and it looked great. And you are knitting with the Wonder Fluff, aren't you? Oh, Marvelous Makes. Okay, you guys. We'll have to go check out Nikki's Marvelous Makes. That's fantastic, Nikki. I can't believe I didn't know you had a podcast. Well, I will have to save that for the weekend when I'm sweater knitting. And then I will have to go back and watch a few episodes. Donna's making Christmas pot holders. Christmas pot holders. Fantastic. You are so speedy. Sherry, your granddaughter's sweater looked beautiful, you guys. It was, so you did the fox light and you striped it and put hearts around the bottom. So sweet. Okay, so oh, what are you saying about your 2-week? You finished both sleeves on your 2-week sweater. You're casting on the bottom hem of the body right now. Excellent. Oh, you're in good shape. You're in really good shape. That's right. You were, yes, you went, that's right, because you had to drop off some test knits, because yeah, you're doing test knits for them. So it was a total business trip. That's right. Melanie, you finished the body of the, oh, 5th simple slouchy sweater today and started the first sleeve. Oh my God, good. You guys are all making good progress. Nikki finished the birch pullover. It's washed and blocked and ends wove in. Holy smokes, that's good. So Nikki, how's the Stone Warrior going? You had asked a question about color choices. Was it about pink or white? I read it today. I didn't, you know what? I wasn't on Facebook too much over the weekend. And so I was kind of scrolling today and catching up. So I just saw that. So what did you end up going with? Okay. At least you fell well. Okay. Well, Natalie, that's good. Lots of practice. Okay. And you're okay. Good. Well, I'm glad. Okay. Nikki, I'm worried about the January 17th. Oh, okay. It seems a whole lot longer ago than that, Amber. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're on the mend too. Yes. So the Wonder Fluff does feel like, yes, squishy clouds. That's exactly. Jocelyn, tonight you and I have similar plans. Okay, sweater knitting and entertainment. Okay. Oh, yours is a book. You're going to sit and listen to an audiobook? I know. I'm kind of getting hooked on the Olympics. I mean, I like it because I don't watch a lot of sports, and I do actually like watching sports. So I am, enjoying just watching a little bit, a few hours in the evening, whatever's on, I just watch. And oh boy. So Good stuff. I know, sweater knitting, Jocelyn. I can't wait till Thursday when we check in and see where we all are. Oh, okay. So Amber, your physiotherapist, happy with your progress. Hoping you'll be off crutches in 10 days. Yes, good job. Let's hope. Oh, hey, Nancy. You knitted the feet. Oh, for the tinsel hedgehog. That is so exciting. That is wonderful. That'll be so cute. Now onto the body. Also finishing knitting the back ribbing on a sweater. Oh, that you started in the 90s? Okay, that is an old stash project. Oh, it was for your son's girlfriend that broke up. Well, what are you going to do with the sweater? Will it fit you, or will you just donate it, or do you have somebody that would wear it? Sam, what is this? You really don't like... Oh, well, then Sam, maybe you just need to cast something on. Maybe once you get the needles in your hands and you start knitting something, you'll be just like, oh, back in my happy spot. I'm liking this. Nancy, you're finishing the sweater. Oh, and giving it to a friend. That's awesome. That's nice. Isn't that nice to know that somebody will actually get to wear it, get some use out of it now? That's fantastic. Oh, what is this? Melanie, you finished a pair. Oh, a Bricks and Little heavy socks for Dennis over the weekend. Oh, yeah, Tuffy. I like Tuffy. I have some Tuffy here. I have a good stash of Briggs and Little over there. That's good. So finished socks. That's excellent. My socks. Oh my goodness, you guys. April is sock month for the Fiber Friends. So I'm hoping that I'm going to, like, magic is going to set in, and I'm going to knit socks like crazy for April because I'm behind. There's no way. I didn't get my January socks finished. Haven't started a pair for February, and I have no time to knit socks in February. That not even I am that optimistic to I can get 2 sweaters and a pair of socks done. That is just not happening. Anyways, that's all right. Okay, so Nikki said you're also about a third through. Okay, oh, the color work. Yes, you have pumpkin spice orange for the main color. Perfect choice. Okay, and an off-white, dark green, and a straw yellow. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, so you're making good progress. Third away through the color work. That's good progress. Yeah, yes, Nikki, you'll have to post some pictures if you can. That's right, Natalie. Maybe we always talk about the boyfriend curse. I know, maybe there's a girlfriend curse too. Did you like this girlfriend, or were you secretly glad they broke up? That's not, I shouldn't say that. You don't have to answer that. Anyways, Kim, how are you? No, I have not signed up for Sock Madness yet, but I want to. Okay, I need to do that. It's on my to-do list. I just keep carrying it forward day after day. It's been a week now I've wanted to do that. Kim. Oh, what is this? Your husband? Oh, got 1 sock for Valentine's Day. I can relate to that. That's okay. Sock number 2 will come, right? I'm sure he's probably is he used to getting gifts like that? The needle's still in, or it kind of comes with an IOU. IOU a finish, you know. Yeah. It's the thought that counts though, right? Oh, Natalie, you're thinking the girlfriend, boyfriend, because some of your kids are dating. Is there some partners that you're thinking, if I just start knitting them a sweater? Oh no, that's not a good thing to think, is it? Julie, how are you? You're working on the back section. Oh, a boxy. Okay. 1 stitch out on the count, but can't find a drop stitch yet. Okay. I wouldn't worry about 1 stitch on a boxy. You got lots of room there. You can either just add it in. Yeah, as long as there isn't anything like actually unraveling. But yeah, I would just, when you find it, I would just tack it down and carry on, or just add one in at some point, right? But that's nice, boxy. That's nice. That's good. Are you knitting in the round, or did you do it flat? Um, okay, where am I in comments here? Melanie saying, speaking of sweater, who believes, oh, in the sweater curse? Me, because I did it twice and it came true twice. So yeah, I totally believe in the curse. Never, I was married once and I was dating somebody kind of once. And yeah, no, I think it's true. I think it's true. Well, actually, really, if I was thinking and being honest, it was probably doomed before I started knitting the sweater. But yeah, all those hours wasted on a sweater. I don't know. I would think twice. I have a friend who is a friend in our guild who swears that the curse um, is not a true thing, because she knit a beautiful cabled sweater for her husband for Christmas, birthday, or something last year, and we were all teasing her. Right? We're like, "Ooh, we have a spare couch if you need it," you know. And she assured us as she was knitting the sweater and after it was finished that they were still, you know, 100% good with their marriage. So she avoided the whole sweater curse thing. Oh, anyways, let's see here. Okay, Kim's saying, yeah, he's used to it. Oh, my whiteboard. I don't have it up here. My whiteboard is going under an overhaul because, yeah, I didn't like all my post-it notes. That was one of those things that it looked good in my head. I had envisioned it, but my whiteboard's just a smidge too small, and I don't know. It just looked too messy. So who was it? Somebody posted in Facebook, and they had made themselves a whiteboard with washi tape, making boxes. And I'm like, yes, because I have got I have a well curated stock of washi tape as well. So I am going to get creative, and I was hoping I could squeeze that into too, and make something look really pretty and neat and tidy with washi tape. So fingers crossed that I can do that. That is my plan. But yeah, so I don't have my whiteboard up here, but man, my numbers on my whiteboard are not going in my favor because my cast-ons keep adding up, and I have not had any finishes in a few weeks since I finished some hats. So maybe I'll, at one point, I'm gonna have just a whole bunch of finishes, right? Like, I mean, the red velvet one tonight, the Cascade Magnum, that one should be done. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay, I gotta backtrack here in the comments. Okay. Oh, Nancy says she's also crocheting a color pooling scarf. That'll be fun. You just found out. Oh, about color pooling. Took me a little while to learn it. Okay, so see, that is a really interesting idea, right? Is that the fact that, no, are you using special yarn that pools? I remember Michael's having something that was pooling yarn, and I'm sure I have a ball or two of it around here somewhere. And I like the whole playing into the fact that it pools, because a lot of people don't like the pooling. So I think it's interesting that they're making it a design feature for people to like as opposed to be annoyed with it. So I would love to know how your socks again after realizing, oh, I saw your picture. Yes, you had grabbed the wrong needles. I know. Oh, how often do we do stuff like that, right? And you had a fair chunk done. But oh well, knitting's knitting. It's just fun, more fun, double the fun, right? Okay, Natalie says, I don't know about the curse, but no sweater for your hub till he wears. Oh, wears the socks. And Kim said, yes, your husband's used to it. Yes. You also forgot. Oh, I also forgot gifts. Oh, and find them later. I know who did. We had a friend do that same thing. She had knit her husband a pair of socks and she found them like a week after Christmas. And like, I know sometimes I know you make them and then you put them away either in like a really good hiding spot or you do them too soon. That's my problem, right? Anytime I try to be organized, I'm doing it way too soon and then I forget. Yes. Anyways, I guess if you forget, then you just bring them and keep them for the next gift, right? Okay, I'm scrolling back here. Oh, Nikki says in the new episode, oh, something is in the new episode and it's coming up soon. So that's good. Okay, let me go. Okay. Oh, here we go. Nikki says she also finished another pair of even heel socks. Oh, it's her own design and there is a cow running on her podcast. The pattern is free. You could win a prize by knitting them. Okay, well, you guys go check it out. Amber says your hubby gets hats and maybe a gnome or two. Yes. Well, I remember you knit him the gnome hat. That's good. Oh, yep. Melanie's out. Nikki, when does the knit along end? Jewels. Oh, you add the stitch and carried on. Perfect. Knitting in the round. Oh, purling is not your favorite. Okay, there you go. I did mine in the round too. And I liked doing it that way. Other than it just seemed it was a lot of knitting around because there's so many extra stitches on that thing. Nikki. Oh, you're knitting. Oh, you're knitting your man a sweater, and we are engaged to be married and have 3 kids and are very happy together. Well, see, there you go. So you and my friend are you guys are proving the curse wrong. So that's awesome. That's awesome. I mean, truly, obviously, there's no truth to the curse, but it is kind of an interesting concept, right? Oh, Amber, Orange Crush Shawl. It is a March project. unless my sweater gets ahead of schedule, but it is on the needles because that's what I like to go to Little Red Mitten and get more yarn for. Sam, you want to do cables, but I was using cable needle. I have to rip it out. The cable needle was hurting your wrist. Well, then, yeah, I don't know. Then I guess you decide if cables are worth it. If you'd think different, try some color work or something, maybe. Something that's not quite so tight or the twisting the stitches. I'm not sure how you could get around that. Nancy, oh, you're using Red Heart pooling yarn. Okay. Excellent. Well, I can't wait to hear how it all turns out for you, Nancy. You can do that, Sam. You thinking that might be easier on your wrist? Possibly. I mean, you're still fiddling with stitches, but it might just be a different movement that might be easier on your wrist. Melanie, pulling and flashing is your favorite part. Oh my gosh, really? That's amazing. Okay, so Melanie, pulling and flashing is your favorite part of variegated yarns. See, I think that is great that you are just embracing that because so many people don't like it. I'm not a huge fan of it. It doesn't bother me as much as some people, but I don't knit a lot with variegated yarn just because of that. But now my question for you is pooling and flashing. Is that an interchangeable term or is that different? Is pooling and flashing two separate, like pooling is just like a big clump, right? Like you get a big blob of one color that just stacks on top of the other. Is flashing the same thing or is that different? I would like to know that. Nancy, there's an article on color pooling in the latest Crochet World magazine. Is there? I think I remember reading something. It was a couple of years ago. I think there must have been an article in the Crochet magazine because I bought it thinking that I wanted to read it. I have it. Okay, this is coming back to me now. And trying to see, like, why does it have to be crochet? Like, could you knit it and do the same? I think that's what I wanted to figure out, but I don't think I got any farther than trying to figure it out in my head. I don't think I ever cast on and tried it. So Nancy, do you think it would work with knitting, or is it just have to be crochet? I don't know. Now I'm really curious. Sabrina, you have made your husband several sweaters and you've been married for 27 years. Look at this. See, these are perfect. I like hearing these happy stories on Valentine's Day. That is lovely. I like that. Eric did get a finished blanket. Yes, I know. Big yarn. Big yarn, I think, is my key to my successes here. Melanie, oh, wasn't that a thing? Oh, Christmas vacation. He found an old gift hidden in the attic. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. I think he did, didn't he? I just picture him sitting there like all bundled up in like an old house coat and a hat or something. Because, yeah, watching those movies. Yeah. Oh, Christmas Vacation. I did not watch that movie this past Christmas. It's one of my favorites. Amber, yes, you did knit Jason the Gnome hat. It's his favorite hat to wear. I love that. Green yarn in the cubby beside the cactus. The side? This stuff? I think this is stuff that I dyed. Oh, no. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yes, it is. Is this what you were talking about? I did dye this. Telltale signs because of the yarn. And look at this. This is funny. I actually put notes on this. Okay, let me see here. This is a Briggs & Little. Okay. I hope that's the yarn you're asking about. So, isn't that funny that we were talking about Briggs & Little a little bit earlier? What is this, though? Briggs & Little, 100% wool. I used Juniper Green Wilton's dye for this. What is this? Anyways, interesting. Okay. You can tell Briggs & Little has a little bit of hay and straw is what it is, right? You have to pick out a little bit, but that's what that is. Yeah, that was from a dyeing experiment at some point. Okay, here, see, you know what? I don't know what this is. I can't read. Oh, yes, I can. It's only in big letters. I'm trying to look for the fine print. Soft spun. Oh, yeah, I remember I ordered a ton of this soft spun in white to dye. Yeah. Anyways, that's what that is. Yeah, so maybe that would make a good hat. Let me go back here. Oh, good. Oh, I'm getting lots of, okay, everybody's giving me some good info here. I know we're over our hour, but I'll finish up here. And, oh, Amber, you know a few people who really want to do the Orange Crush shawl besides you. Okay. Okay. I will slot that into my to-do list. Okay, so Nikki's saying the cal is going, the cal is an ongoing cal and you can start it whenever. Oh, but when you finish a pair, you can enter them. Check out your podcast, Marvelous Makes, for more details in your next episode. Okay, sounds exciting. Nikki, okay, I look at pulling and flashing as a surprise. Oh, Nikki, okay, so this is Nikki saying you look at it as a surprise. Like you don't know the pattern of self-patterning yarn will do, kind of like that. Okay, see, that's a positive take on it. Okay, flashing is like it's lighter because of, oh, micro stripes or something like that. But pooling is when each strip ends up being the same color on top of the same color. Okay, if you Google it, you can find examples. Okay, so flashing then I would probably be okay with then. Planned color pooling works best with crochet instead of knitting. Okay, thanks, Nancy. Laura of the Knit Girls did a knitting deliberate pooling and flashing project, oh, quite a while ago. So definitely something that can be done knitting wise. Okay, so she did it. Okay, so there it's probably just one that, yeah, you just maybe have to play around with it. Okay, so, oh, Sally's saying pooling has a lot to do with the amount of yarn used in each stitch. So we'll pool correctly. I haven't tried it yet though. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that was a nice green. I actually, yeah, it is pretty. Maybe I should knit it. Oh, Amber, you sent me a message on Ravelry. Okay, that's on my to-do list for tonight as well. Okay, yes, we had better wrap it up here. Because, oh, and I am at the end of the comments. Hi, Susie. And, oh, okay, let me see. Okay. Yes. Okay. Well, this has been a great chat. Oh, yes, it's after 10 for you. Okay, Melanie. Well, it is getting late then. Yes. So it is just after 9 here. So, okay, so Sherlyn, is that, oh, yes, I know you're just popping in. We're just wrapping up. Oh, my goodness, Julie, it's after 2 o'clock. Oh, no. And so you're just going to just keep doing one more row, one more row. Yes, it may be time to put it down and go to bed. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for visiting tonight. I have got my yarn. I've got yarn stacked on top of yarn here, you guys. I was just going to say all of my sweater knitting balls. There it is. So this was the winning yarn. I'm going to go and I'm going to wind it right now before I head downstairs to work on my sweater. So thanks everybody who voted for the yarn. I'm super happy to cast on the red velvet. It's going to be a fun cast on this week. So happy sweater knitting, everybody. Whether you're doing a 2-week sweater or if you're doing the month-long over on the Fiber Friends Challenge. And everybody go this week while we're working on our sweaters. Happy knitting, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoyed their Valentine's Day, whether that involved chocolate and flowers or just taking some time for yourself. Nice hot bubble bath, reading a book quietly, just some knitting time. That's a nice little way to end off the day. So I will see you all Thursday night with probably no finishes. But maybe reverse psychology will work out here. If I say no finishes, maybe I can squeak out one finish. We will see. So have a fantastic week, everybody, and I will see you next Monday. Happy knitting.